Hi guys, good day. Today we will try to discuss how to model this particular diagram. So this has to be done by using datum command. So datum is an extra line or a plane which can be created. So first step is I have to go for working directory. So let me click working directory. I have a separate folder called as a Creo model. So this is where I am going to create my entire model. So for this, let me create a new folder. I will name it as SX4A and let me click OK. Now let us click new, give the name accordingly. So this is related to datum plane, so I will name it accordingly. Uncheck this use default template, click OK. Choose millimeter part solid. Once you go to this, you can able to see datum planes. This is what we call it as a datum planes. If you look at the picture, you can able to see I have to model this. So to model this, there are one way. So if I want to extrude it along this direction, so I can extrude it for a particular distance. Then this one it's inclined at so to a particular axis, so which is somewhat difficult to do. So one way of doing it is so we can able to draw this L-like shape and we can able to model it. So such thing will be complicated. We will concentrate on modeling this part. Once we model this, then we will go for the modeling of the other part. So to model this, the dimensions given are 50 and 50. It's a square and the depth is around 20. Let me go to extrude, select front datum plane, click sketch view. Now here I will just model that particular shape. The shape is 50 and 50. Assuming that we are going to model it in symmetrical way, so I will make it as 25 and the other also 25. So now this is at the center of the plane. Let me click OK. So the depth what we are going to give a value of 20. So the depth is produced along one direction. So I am just produce the depth along this direction. So later we can also change it to some other in the opposite direction. So let us look at the figure, which direction we have to proceed. If you look at the figure, so you have long length, which is 50 on the front side, and on the back side, the length is shorter. So the way of extruding is along back side. So if it is in front side, it is somewhat difficult. No, so we will go to back side. We click OK. To model the other part, it is difficult to model it because the projection, whatever the model we are going to draw, it is at an angle of 30 degree, which cannot be modeled in other datum planes. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a datum plane at an angle of 30 degree. In the figure, you can able to see this line. This line is an horizontal line which is x-axis. So from x-axis towards top, you are getting a datum. We are going to draw a datum plane at an angle of 30 degree. Angle which is here is representing with respect to x-axis. So to create a datum plane, I have to choose a plane which is parallel to x-axis. If I look at a plane which is parallel to x-axis, it is this plane. So to create a datum plane, let me select plane, select a plane parallel to x-axis. I'm selecting that. To get an angle with respect to that, by pressing Ctrl, select the edge, any one edge of the particular plane. So this is the edge we are going to select. Let me select this. Once I select, you can able to get an angle. So the angle, the datum plane is created towards top, towards upward direction at an angle of 30 degree. It is also the same. There is an x-axis which is extruded and the datum plane is on the upward direction. What happens in the opposite direction? For example, instead of this, sometimes you may get as like this. I'm putting as minus 30. So your datum plane is something like this towards downward direction. If that is the case, what we can do is we can give a value in a negative value so that it will be in opposite direction. So here it is downward, so I need it towards upward direction. So I am giving a negative value which is minus 30. So now you can able to see that this plane is being created at an angle of 30 degree with respect to x-axis. Now we are going to draw the other sketch on this datum plane. So which sketch we are going to draw? So look at this. So the sketch which is related to this. So all the sketch has to be drawn on that particular datum plane. Let us try to draw that. Go to extrude, select this datum plane to draw, click sketch view. Now you can able to see this is the edge. So this is the edge where we are going to start drawing your diagram. So I need this line as a reference. So to do that, I can click this reference. Click the reference, select this line, and this line as a references, because the figure will has to be provide. The figure has to be drawn based on this line. Go to line. I'll create a line here. Similarly, a line like this. Pressing escape. Another line. The line what I have drawn is around 45. Okay, the distance which it is mentioned here is 45. The next thing is I will try to draw this circle, two circles. So one which is having a hole of 10, because 3 holes, they mentioned as 3 holes, 1, 2 and 3. The other with a radius of 15. So let me draw a circle here, a bigger circle and a smaller circle. The bigger circle should have a radius of 15, so the diameter has to be 30. Now if I verify here, you can able to see that the dimension related to this, so this dimension is not given properly. So let us assume it. So you can able to see there are two lines here which is protruding, assuming that it has to be around 10 mm, and based on that particular line we will connect it and we'll make it as a fillet. So we are going to draw a line like this, connect with this 45 mm like this, then we will create it as a fillet. Let us go to line. So horizontally I am going to draw a line like this, one. Similarly another line from here I am going to draw like this. Next I will connect this line. So let us see what is the dimension of this. Make it to 10. Now I'll go to line. Let me connect this line with respect to this. Similarly with respect to this. Once this part is over, now let us go for fillet. So before that, let us erase this particular arc. So let me go to delete segment. This is trim. I am trimming this too. Now go to circular trim fillet. Let me select edge from here to here. Similarly from here to here. So it is showing a radius of 17. Let us change it to 20. Similarly from here to here and from here to here. Double click this, change it to 20. So this also double click, change it to 20, and this also change it to 20 and 20. So once all the dimensions are over here, so one thing what I am going to do is I am going to create a hexagonal shape here. So the hexagonal shape, you can able to see that the from one side to other side the dimension is mentioned as 15. So to draw an hexagon we have palette. So click this palette. So this opens a window which indicates all the polygons. You can able to see different types of polygons. Similarly, profiles, CIL, shapes, stars. So we are concentrating on hexagonal shape. Let me click this hexagon. So to import this hexagon to the sketch window, double click this hexagon. When I move my cursor, you can able to see that there is a plus sign indicating that it has picked the hexagon. So it is asking you where to place it. So I am going to place on this particular line. Let me select it here. So now let me click close. I am going to give the dimension with respect to this. So the dimension is from the center of the hexagon to this, it is 45. Let me click OK. I'll go to dimension, select a dimension from here to this particular location, and this distance has to be 45. Now there is another dimension which is relating these two sides. So this side and this side. Select these two, move your cursor where you want the dimension, click the middle mouse button. It shows an entity that you have 8.5, which is the side of the hexagon. Do you want to delete it? Yes, I will delete it. So this distance has to be 15. We have converted this and all the values has been done. Let me click OK. If I just see this rotation, so I have given a depth of 20, and sometimes your object will be like this. In that case, you just give a flip direction so that it is moving towards downward direction. We click OK. The last step is two holes here at a distance of 20 and 15, and the diameter of the hole is 10. So go to extrude, select this as a base to draw the circle. Draw two circles of same length, and let us create a dimension from the center of this circle to the center of this. It has to be 20, so I'll change it to 20. From the center of this to one side, it has given us 15. I'll change it to 15, and this has to be 10. So let me click OK. Now the extrusion has to be in opposite direction. Let me click flip extrusion, so you can able to see that. So here, instead of giving a depth, you can change this to through all, which means it creates an entire hole. So this completes our model. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.